Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, Rintaro managed to complete the first ever time leap in human history, and jumped back 2 hours before SERN's impending raid on the Future Gadget Laboratory, and the disastrous events that ultimately led to the tragic demise of Mayuri at the bullet of Moeka, the SERN sleeper agent. Daru and Kurisu have of course now been fully made aware of the situation at hand. Now all we have to do is wait for Mayuri to return. I thought about looking for her, but it's too risky. We could miss each other like we did at the shrine. Better to wait here in front of the building. Need I remind you, Rintaro, that Moeka did mention that CERN had agents situated all throughout Akihabara. So I honestly doubt that her team was the only one that is after us. While waiting, I tried to convince myself that everything will be okay. Mayuri returns to the lab at 6:30. That leaves about an hour before Moeka's attack. In an hour, we could ride the bullet train from Tokyo Station to Shizuoka. That is, unless CERN agents have already tampered with those lines as well, in which case getting out by train is probably impossible, and even by road would actually be somewhat risky. Is that the best plan? Maybe we should get off at Yokohama and lay low in a hotel for a while. I can think about what comes next after Mayuri's safe. The time leap machine doesn't matter. Moeka can have it. That is, unless we completely fail in our attempts to actually keep Mayuri alive, in which case, if CERN already have the time leap machine after the fact, we are basically up the creek without a paddle. My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. Sweat accumulates on my forehead and rolls down my face. Hurry back, Mayuri. And what do you know? It's Suzuha. Startled, I turn towards the voice. Suzuha and Mr. Braun have emerged from the Braun Tube workshop. Yes, I forgot that Tanuji closes up shop around this time. I see them lock the door. Guess they're closing up shop. That's right, I forgot about Suzuha.
Okabe Rintaro, そこで何してんの?
I honestly wish I could tell you, Suzuha, but unfortunately I don't know what Tanuji would think about it. Although we would definitely need someone of his stature in the events that are about to unfold.
Yeah.
We can't really tell them anything at this point. But that reminds me. During the attack, she took down 5 armed commandos in the blink of an eye. I still can't believe it. Where does an 18-year-old girl learn to move like that? And then there was her strange behavior immediately before the attack. She left as soon as she heard about the bomb threat, almost as if she knew something was going to happen. And finally there's that business with her father. Everything about her is a mystery. Who is Suzuha Amane?
あ、わかっちゃった。今日宴会やるらしいから、その準備でしょ?
それを誰から聞いた?
That is a very good question. How did you know about that, Suzuha?
椎名真由里、さっき顔見せて、ぜひ来てねって言ってたよ。
Ah, so Mayuri apparently came in contact with
つ
you.
うわけで、私もお邪魔することに。
ダメだ!
もしかして、私邪魔だった?
probably shouldn't have said that, but we actually need to ask you a more important question of where you saw Mayuri.
いや、
まあ私もラボ面にしてもらったとはいえ所詮は部外者だしね。
Unfortunately, Suzuha, that's not the problem we have at hand.
そうじゃなくてだな。
だよ、岡部。
And Tanuji doesn't care about us one bit,
う
as
ちのバイ
always.
トも仲間に入れてやれ。おめえはこいつに借りがあるんだろ。こいつのへそのおかげで、おめえらがビル揺らすのも一応許してやったんだからな。
You're probably never going to let her live that down, are you, Tanuji?
へそっておーい。
If Nai were here, she would probably give you a what, basically. She would basically show her father who's boss. Suzuha has recovered her jacket. She's properly dressed now.
このバイト、なかなかいいへそだったぜ。腹回りがしっかり鍛えてあって、キュッと引き締まってたな。
エロ親父、本人前にして語らないでよ。
今日の宴会は中止だ。だからバイト選手よ。悪いが今日は帰ってくれ。
Unfortunately, if Suzuha goes away, then she won't be there to help us with the SERN mercenaries.
中止なの？
Probably think this through.
ああ、すまない。
I attempt to smile, but with little hope of success.
岡部、何をしてんのかともかく、いざとなったら無茶だけはすんなよ。
It's weird to have him give me advice. I thought he was just a dirty old man who loved CRTs. Maybe he's sharper than I thought. Or maybe he's just telling me to stop shaking the building.
マユリと喧嘩をしましてね。ちょっと参ってるんです。それだけですよ。
Probably not a, the right kind of excuse. But that's the best lie I can manage.
あ、じゃあまずいんじゃない？
It's
だって
oddly
ほら、
specific.
あそこに
Suzuha points across the street. I turn to look. To my surprise, there's Mayuri, walking up to the street with a big bag. When she notices us, she waves her hand with a ditzy smile.
あれ？喧嘩したんじゃないの？すごい笑顔だけど。
Yeah, well, we managed to settle things in record time. It's funny that. I ignore Suzuha and run to Mayuri. The clock on my phone says 6:33.
ちょっと、どうしたのよ？
Getting the hell out of Dodge. I wasted precious time talking to Suzuha. Now that I've secured Mayuri, we need to get as far away from Akihabara as we can. We should probably take Suzuha with us. She might actually be helpful in this situation.
そんなに急いでどこ行くの？
No time. Need to run from SERN. I ignore her question and grab her hand.
走れ！駅に行く！
待って荷物が。
構うな！とにかく走るのだ！
Don't have time for groceries, Mayuri. We just need to get out of Akihabara altogether.
いいから走ってくれ！
I can't get the image of Mayuri's death out of my mind. I won't let them kill her. I won't. Mayuri gives no further resistance. She follows obediently, quickly matching my pace. I forgot that she's faster on her feet than I am. Also, we should really take Suzuha with us for protection.
ねえ、どこ行くの？
Somewhere. Anywhere.
そうだな。と とりあえずスクバが横浜あたりに。
That is, unless CERN have, that is if CERN hasn't pinpointed our destination or anticipated our actions. I'm already gasping for air. Mayuri, however, might as well be strolling along for all the difficulty she's having. How can she be so ditzy yet so athletic at the same time? The sun is already set, but the sky is still a mix of indigo and orange. We run through the streets lit by dazzling shops. Everything will be fine once we make it on the train. I hold this thought in my mind as we run. I'm already exhausted. Mayuri practically has to drag me along to keep going.
少しね休んだ方がいいんじゃないかな。
Unfortunately, time is of the essence at this point.
電車に乗るまでは走り続けろ。
I do my best to keep up the pace.
でもねオカリンすごい汗だよ。運動苦手なのに無理すると。
That is the least of our concerns at the moment, Mayuri. When we reach the station, I realize that something is wrong. The station is packed, seriously packed. You don't see this many people even at rush hour. The crowd is milling about the entrance. For some reason, it looks like no one is going in. What's going on here? A protest? Some kind of street performance? Or maybe it's something that we've only just forgotten about but should really remember. The news bulletin about the terrorists. I don't have time for this. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA. Yeah, we forgot to factor this in, Rintaro.
現在山手線、京浜東北線、総武線すべて運転を見合わせております。
We were so focused on finding Mayuri and making her sure she was safe and sound that we completely
お
forgot.
急ぎのお客様には大変ご迷惑をおかけしておりますが、何卒ご理解のほど。
There was no leaving by train. Finally, I realized my mistake. Before the attack, the trains were stopped by a bomb threat. No wonder there are so many people standing around. In my haste to leave the city, I completely forgot. How could I have been so stupid?
どうしたんだろうね。
I should probably hide in one of the stores until something finally blows over. All of the train lines are stopped. We can't escape Akihabara. We can hide in one of the buildings. What about other means of public transport, the subway or the bus? If CERN are clever enough to stop the trains, they are almost certainly anticipating any other means of escape. Should we go to another station? I turn around and head back the way we came, keeping a firm grip on Mayuri's hand. But before we get more than a few steps, a man steps out of the crowd and blocks our way. I realize that we're surrounded.
岡部倫太郎だな。
A low voice. A face I've never seen. He's not one of the 5 who broke into the lab.
オカリンこの人たち知り合い？
Yeah, we should have probably never hoped to lose ourselves in the crowd because, well, we don't know CERN's agents, they almost certainly know us. So we are the ones at a complete disadvantage here. Mayuri grips my arm tightly as she looks anxiously at the men.
一緒に来てもらおうか。
誰だ？
Instead of answering, the man makes a grab for my arm. I try to escape, but the men move to block us
抵
again.
抗するな、殺す。
And then history will inevitably repeat itself. I think SERN have been planning this for some time now. A chill runs up my spine. We made a terrible mistake when we hacked into SERN. I realize that now, though it's far too late.
これだけ大勢の人がいる中で殺せるのか。
冗談だと思わない方がいい。
No, it isn't. I feel something cold against my back. I don't realize what it is at first, and it hits me. A gun. My blood goes cold. Am I going to die here? Will my time leaping be for naught? No, I can't give up. I won't let Mayuri die. I won't accept that future. But how do I get out of this? The crowd at the station has grown even thicker. People are starting to argue with the station personnel, demanding when they know when they can go home. The situation is quickly becoming chaotic. Suddenly a fight breaks out nearby. It looks like some people are trying to shove their way through. This could be our chance. A tide of people surges into us, knocking the man behind me off balance. Now's our opportunity. I quickly turn and strike the man's hand aside. His gun falls away. Then the man gets swallowed by the crowd.
Mayuri! 逃げるぞ!
It's all or nothing now. I grab Mayuri's hand and start running. We have to fight our way through the crowd, but that also thwarts our pursuers. As soon as we reach the main street, we start running back towards the lab. Of course, we can't return to the lab itself. Moeka's group will be there shortly. Is the subway still running? If we get on at Suichiro Station, we can take the Ginza line to Shibuya. From there we can grab a train out of Tokyo. I still haven't recovered from my exhaustion. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. But we can't stop now. We have to keep running. It doesn't take long before a new obstacle appears. 4 men walking together up ahead suddenly stop and turn to face us. I've got a bad feeling about this. They don't look like otaku. Are they with SERN too? My fears are confirmed when the 4 men start walking towards us, arms spread to block the street. No doubt about it, they're after us too. I turn to flee back towards the station, and there I see the first group of men closing in behind us. We're trapped, enemies on both sides. There's only one choice. I grab Mayuri and make her run for the nearby side street. Let's hope there's no one waiting in ambush.
おかえり。どこに行くの？
Anywhere that's away from the people that are chasing us. Trying to get to the station without using the main streets. But as we pass UPX, several men on the bridge point at us and shout something. Are they with SERN too? How many men do they have? Well, considering how many employees they have, probably quite a lot. We turn back and change course. We're just running in circles at this point.
いいか。Mayuri、お前の方が足が速いから。
What we really need is a Blade Runner at this point, but unfortunately none of the SERN agents that are after us are replicants, so I guess that's out of the question. Talking while running uses up all of my breath. Sweat drips down into my eyes, making it hard to see.
お前だけでも逃げろ。はぐれたら袋の岸文字に行け。そこで。
Probably should have hidden somewhere. Before I finish, I catch the sight of another group of men waiting for us up ahead. Looks like we're being cornered. I look back. The group from before is chasing us. We're surrounded by enemies. To familiar streets of Akihabara are filled with agents of SERN. I recall what Moeka said.
あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
Despair seizes my heart. Well, if they have men all throughout Akihabara, why do they need a time machine in order to take over the world? They can just take over the world now as it is and be done with time, even though they clearly want to control time itself. Is escape impossible? We're just kids playing at science in the safety of our tiny little lab. Our enemy is a multinational conspiracy willing to kill anyone who gets in their way. Were we doomed from the start? No matter what, we must get away. Leading Mayuri by the hand, I push my way through the crowd, then jump the fence onto the road. Probably a bad idea. Blinding headlights. Something strikes me with crushing force, sending me tumbling across the pavement. I come to a stop several meters away. My body is racked with intense pain. Yeah, probably shouldn't have run into traffic. A red curtain covers my eyes. I try to brush it off and my hand comes away slick with blood. Also, how much money would one be willing to bet on the fact that the person driving the vehicle in question is also another SERN agent or mercenary? He might probably end up being a millionaire at some point. I grip my teeth against the pain and lift my head. Mayuri is lying on the pavement a few meters away. I reach out to her. Oh no. No response. Mayuri is motionless. No. Did the impact kill her? This can't be happening. The car that ran us over, a white van, pulls up. The door opens and out steps
動きは止めたわ。
Kiryu Moeka. Moeka Kiryu. Her again. She knew the exact moment to be here in order to run over Mayuri.
岡部君。いえ、岡部倫太郎は確保。
She's talking to someone on her phone. Has she been tracking us this whole time? Well, given her behavior before, it can only be the mysterious
警
FB,
察に連
her
絡して、
handler.
椎名真由里が死んだ。
Well, we failed. Miserably. She looks down at me with eyes cold enough to freeze my blood.
殺すんだ。
あなたが逃げるからよ。
Well, hopefully we can get out of this situation. Mustering my strength, I leap up and throw myself at Moeka. She goes down hard. I hear her head smack against the pavement. I stand up and look around. Moeka is dazed and unable to stand, but I see SERN agents make their way towards us through the crowd. I've got to get out of here. I take a step. A sharp pain stabs through my body. The crash must have broken a bone in my leg. It doesn't matter. I have to get back to the lab and time leap once again. That's the only way to save Mayuri. I look back at the site of the accident. Moeka is slowly regaining her feet, but Mayuri remains limp and motionless on the road. It breaks my heart to leave Mayuri lying there, but I have no choice. I have to go. Back to the lab. And surprisingly, we actually managed to make it back in one piece. Fighting the pain of my broken leg, I managed to drag myself back to the lab. Surprisingly, SERN's men didn't chase me. Nobody's at the lab when I arrive. Only the lights are still on. Relieved that Kurisu and Daru haven't returned, I head straight to the development room. There is of course the possibility that those two might have also been apprehended by SERN agents, but unfortunately we don't have the time to check on that because we need the time to actually use the leap machine. I remember to break into the Brawn Tube workshop and turn on the 42-inch CRT. My body is drenched in sweat and I can't stop shivering. Everything hurts, especially my right side, where the car hit me. If I'm not careful, I might lose consciousness. My vision is blurry, it's hard to focus. My left arm is numb and can barely move. But still, I force myself to activate the computer and input the settings. I'm gasping for breath like a wounded animal. The sound of my heartbeat fills my ears. Mayuri. I think we're wasting time at this point, Rintaro, but they killed her again. I failed to protect her. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm sorry. Choking back my tears, I frantically pound on the keyboard. Maybe we should go back in time a little bit further to give ourselves a greater window of opportunity there. Police sirens echo in the distance. Moeka hit Mayuri in front of hundreds of witnesses. They'll probably take her in for questioning. Even if SERN bails her out somehow, she should be stuck for at least a couple of hours. The real problem are her men. Those mercenaries or whatever they were, SERN's hit squad. Why didn't they come after me? It should have been easy for them to catch me injured as I am. And yet, for some reason they haven't. I need to hurry. If they show up here, they'll kill me for sure. Settings complete. I put on the headgear. I'll get blood on it, but that doesn't matter. A surge of anxiety washes over me. What if the time leap fails? What if my memories are corrupted? I might forget who I am. I might lose myself. Should I really use the machine?
当たり前だ。
There's no two ways about it. Unless we want to leave things as they are, if we want to save Mayuri, we have to use the time leap machine. I curse my weakness.
マユリが死んだんだぞ。
Indeed, this cannot be allowed to happen. No risk is too great. I will save Mayuri, whatever it takes. I alone have the power to change the past. What am I waiting for? Swallowing my fear, I activate the time leap machine. And this time, we'll hopefully have a different plan of attack. So off we go. Back in time. It was 8:17 before, and we jump back to 4 hours earlier, which gives us a little bit more of a opportunity to save Mayuri. So once again, we have leapt back into the past, this time 4 hours instead of 2 hours, which hopefully should give us the window of opportunity we need. So join me in the next episode, adventurers, as we attempt once again to challenge fate itself, and hopefully save Mayuri from the clutches of SERN's hit squad. As always, until next we meet.